Welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Open Series in Los Angeles. I'm Nick Miller alongside John Kassari. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
You've been in the sideboard before.
Yes, I have.
12 post in Legacy. You're a man that likes to ramp.
Yes.
You're doing it again here at the Standard Open with what we're calling blue-green ramp. Because when I look at your deck list, I say, I don't know what this is called.
Yeah.
So.
It's kind of like a blue-green control deck, I would say. Originally, I was trying out the Sultai ramp deck. And I don't know, I like just being straight blue-green. I think it's more consistent, too.
Right, it's got some of the pieces of what Ali Antrazi was playing at the beginning of the Standard season, because you're going with full 4 Frontier Siege, along with Sylvan Caryatid and Elvish Mystic, fully ramping into the things you would expect. Ugin, Hornet Queen.
Those are the best 2 cards, I would say, in Standard right now.
Now, you got 3 Kiora in here, too.
Yep.
Where's her place?
It serves different roles. Mostly, at least today, I've been minusing it every turn, which is really nice with Courser, of course.
Right.
But you could also play a defensive game where you're just plussing it, but most decks I've played against have been Hero's Downfall. So it actually clears the way for Ugin in the late game.
You got one Nissa and you got a bunch of them in the board.
Yep.
But you're also ramping into Sagu Mauler. Limited All-Star. Seems pretty good in the Standard format where everyone's just trying to 1-for-1 removal.
Yeah, Sagu Mauler actually was pretty impressive in my blue-black control matchup. I was able, because I have about 7 counter spells that cost 2 mana, Negate and Disdainful Stroke.
Right.
So I'm allowed to play a morph and keep up that mana against blue-black control and then still pressure them. If they don't do anything on their turn, then I'm able to unmorph Mauler.
Right, I saw you last round unmorph it at the end step with mana to protect if you have to do something. And of course, you got 3 Disdainful Stroke main deck. This is what drew me to the deck. Other than like the real fast aggro decks, that card is just all-star against the entire format.
Yeah.
You get to play it main deck.
Yeah, I would say opposing Ugin and opposing Hornet Queens are what you want to be beating. So that card actually answers those cards.
All right. You got 3 Aether Spouts as your like mass removal, as you would call it. Got any good stories with this yet?
Not yet, but it's there for against Blue White Heroic. It's there against the Chromatic Core deck.
Right.
It's good at protecting your Ugin, your Kioras. It's like the best, like one of the most surprising cards to come out of the main, for sure.
So what is your like game plan? You're trying to win via Ugin, or are you just trying to win via Sagu Mauler, or what's the game plan here?
I played against like 3 Abzan decks today, and Hornet Queen has been awesome against them. In the mid to late game, Sagu Mauler, they have nothing but blanks in their hand at that point because it's all removal. I would just say, like resolving a Hornet Queen is how I won most of my games, but also Ugin is up there.
Of course, we've already seen this before with Brad Nelson when he came up with the mono green / black devotion. If you have Frontier Siege along with Hornet Queen, you can just use it as a one-sided board wipe as well.
Yeah, I haven't used that yet, but definitely in consideration.
All right. Another talking point, double interpret the signs.
Yep.
When you got an 8 mana spell in your deck and some 7 mana spells, it seems like a pretty good card.
Yeah, I also have like Sagu Mauler, which is randomly a 6-drop, so I have a lot of ways to refill my hand if that hits.
How many cards have you drawn off that today?
The most was 8, Ugin, just casually.
All right. Now the main deck has one Nykthos. Just Miser's Devotion sometimes?
You know, it's worked out pretty well today. I haven't had to legendary roll, so that's the main purpose why I don't play anymore.
Okay.
It's not important to this deck.
Okay. Also, you have 2 Darksteel Citadel.
Yeah, everyone's asking me.
Nissa
like,
combination?
Yeah, exactly. 4/4 Indestructible Trample is not that easy to deal with in this format.
You've got a lot of hard-to-answer threats in the main deck, so you seem like you're hitting from a bunch of angles. Let's look at the sideboard here. You got your extra copies of Nissa, a full suite of negates.
Yes.
So you're looking to fight the control decks then.
Exactly. Yeah, against blue-black, I would say it could easily be your worst matchup, at least game 1, because they have a lot of answers to your threats, especially counter spells. Yeah. So that's why it's there.
You got your sort of Nylea's Disciple to fight the aggro decks, of course.
Yep.
2 Reclamation Sages, there's enchantments all over the place. Now the Briber's Purse, I saw this last week. I'm assuming it's for the same reason I saw it last week?
It is the same reason. I mean, we still have Aether Spout, but you never know. Like, I actually have built this deck yesterday, as of yesterday, so the numbers are still up in the air.
For those
it's whatever you want.
For those not in the know, a heroic fighter
Yes.
to try to keep their creatures in check while you do your thing.
I don't want to lose that deck, so we're going to put more cards. And also, Kiora is very good against their deck, too.
Yeah. Clever Impersonator, the last card in the board. What are we doing with that card?
Mirror Match, other Planeswalkers. Today I copied an Elspeth, one off Elspeth. It's pretty interesting.
Seems good. Preparing for that blue-green ramp mirror.
Well, what I mean by mirror is other opposing Hornet Queens and
Right.
other opposing Ugins, so yeah.
You never know. There's some brews running around out there.
It's a one of. It's been spicy, though.
All right. Well, John, the deck is sweet. Thanks for sitting down with me here in the sideboard. Stay tuned to Star City Games all weekend long for the action here in Los Angeles.